So people that are successful, they practice visioning. They accept what comes, they say yes to what comes, and they write it down. So for everybody in here, I know you've heard this many times before, and you're like, I'm gonna get to that, I'm gonna do that. Like, Nicole, get out my business. You have to write it down. Writing it down is an act of telling the universe and the world, you're not playing anymore.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Black Excellence Daily. I'm your host, Sean Croxton. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got Dr. Nicole LaBeach on the show today. I could have let this clip run easily another 20 minutes. There's so much good stuff in this talk. I'm going to recommend that you just watch the whole thing on YouTube. The link is in the description. Now, the reason why I love this talk is because she's talking about having a vision. You need a vision. Everybody needs a vision. Your vision gives you purpose. Your vision gives you meaning. Your vision gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Your vision gives you the impetus to become somebody better and bigger than you already are. If you were to profile the most successful Black people who have ever lived, including ones who are around right now, you will find that they all have this one thing in common. They all had a vision. They all had a burning desire. They all believed that they could bring their vision to fruition. They became obsessed with their vision and they made it happen. See, we call these folks the exceptions. Like we kind of talked, oh, they're the exceptions. No, these are the people who followed the process. There's a real process for success. Like your vision begins with your desire. It's called creative dissatisfaction. You feel dissatisfied with the way that your life is right now, and you know that there's something better. So you develop this desire, like there's something better than this, right? And then from that desire, you build a vision of the thing that you want. You claim the vision. And then what you want to do is you want to write it down. You want to write down your vision in detail and read it every single day, ideally twice a day. And then here's the most important part. So listen in. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality versus something that has been vividly imagined. So when you visualize your vision completed and you do it over and over and over again, your brain literally becomes impressed with those experiences and creates brand new neural pathways in your brain. So you become the person who's done the vision even before you've done it. Remember, the creative process is be, do, have. When you visualize, you become the person, you take on that consciousness of the person who already has the vision. And as you take on that consciousness and become somebody new, you start doing new things. And as you do new things, you get a brand new result. So you have to visualize, sit down 5 minutes a day and visualize yourself doing the vision and completing the vision. And here's also why that's so important, because most of us don't set big visions because we don't believe in ourselves. But because you're impressing your brain with this visualized experience of you doing this thing over and over again, it starts to become like regular to your brain. Your brain says, oh yeah, we can do it. We've done this 30, 40, 60 times over the last couple of months. Yeah, we can do this. So you build up your belief in yourself by way of visualization. And the next step is expectation. You have to expect that your vision will come true. It can't be that, oh, maybe it will, or, it'd be cool if it did. No, you have to expect that it's going to happen. Of course, you have to take action. You have to overcome the obstacles. You have to surround yourself with the right people, and then eventually you will win. That is the process. That is the process that has been followed over and over and over again by the successful among us and the successful through history by what we call the exception sometimes. But you can become the exception by just following that process. But it begins with having a vision. Claim yours. Dr. Nicole LaBeach is coming up.
So Let's talk about vision a bit. Go back and sit down. People talk to me all the time about what they want to do. And I promise you, if you make the decision to let the things that have happened and the places that you've been and the things that didn't turn out the way you thought they should have, because let me say something about that. I have never, and I promise you, I've been around a long time. I've been in the same room with Oprah Winfrey 4 times in my life. I've been around. I've never seen a person's pain not be able to be used. I've never seen it. There's a lot of pain out here. But I've never seen a painful dynamic or situation be one that could not be used to elevate, liberate, and lift somebody else's circumstance to a higher level. So even when we talk about things that have happened to us, when you're far away, it's hard to process what grace looks like when you're far away. To see how the story and the pieces of the story can be used for your good and somebody else's good. But when you move close back, you're like, I could write a book about that. I could use that in managing and navigating my team. I could use that for people to buy into my vision. But with vision, as I spoke about with people yesterday at lunch, vision is about visibility. It's not about feasibility. Many people think vision is about feasibility. I beg to differ. If it's about feasibility, feasibility is over here. Because this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. I can't be an innovator that will create something that everybody in the world must pay close attention to. Because I'm looking at what is. I can't create a home for homeless women and their children because I don't have a home. How am I going to create a home for somebody else? I don't have a home of my own. That's over here. But my goodness, when you make that move to say, this is not about what's feasible, it's about what I can see. And when I'm standing in a space of congruence, I can see a whole lot further ahead of me. So when it comes to your vision, because everybody in here has one, how do I know? Vision is not something that you have to go outside of you to get. It's something that you either have to receive or something that you have to receive. Yay, winning. You either got to receive it or you got to receive it. That's the only job that you have, is to say yes to it. People make it real deep, don't they? All you have to do is say yes. What helps me to say yes? Understanding that where I've been doesn't define me. Where I'm going is based on my definition. Where I've been does not define me, but where I'm going is based on my definition. So all I have to do is listen and say yes and stop telling my gut and my heart and my mind to shut up. Because that's what we do, though we're very respectful people, right? We will tell our gut to shut up in a second. If something comes up that's too big for what we can visibly connect with, we say, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm born to 2 immigrants. Nobody's going to put me in a room with Oprah Winfrey 4 times. That's not going to happen. How's that happen? That doesn't happen. I placed that vision in 1993. 1993. She came and spoke at my graduation. You couldn't tell me nothing. Folk were like, she's a television host. I was like, she's my auntie in my dreams. 1993. I was like, the day is going to come where we are going to work together. It is going to happen. 93, I was 21 years old, 22 years old. Don't tell anybody, it's a secret, right? But it was a vision that I put out there. And as a result, more encounters keep taking place that say to me, it's coming. Keep preparing, keep working, keep doing, keep speaking, keep pouring into people, keep moving on your path and watch what happens. But you have to dare to believe that the vision that you have wasn't a mistake because of where you've been. Stop talking your vision out of hanging with you. Winning. Stop talking your vision out of hanging with you. Your vision is like, it's me and you. We got this. You like, no. It's like, but I can't hang with anybody else. This is just for you. No. You want to put your vision out on the corner. You won't give it a place to live. You don't want to feed it. You don't want to acknowledge that it's yours. You want to treat it like it's a stranger. And it's like, but what I'm supposed to do? Where I'm supposed to go? I was given to you. Why won't you just give me some play? Give me some room. Acknowledge me, own me, say yes to me so we can get on with it already. So people that are successful, they practice visioning. They accept what comes. They say yes to what comes and they write it down. So for everybody in here, I know you've heard this many times before and you're like, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Dr. Nicole, get out my business. I'm gonna do that. You have to write it down. Writing it down is an act of telling the universe and the world, you're not playing anymore. You've just said yes to what is yours and you have an expectation that it is going to come to fruition. And you don't need anybody's approval of it because you know it's yours. So it's kind of like for moms and dads who have babies, right? You don't let anybody tell you that's not yours. You're like, no, this one is mine. This vision is mine. So I will nurture it. I will feed it. I will own it. I will tell other people about it. I will write it. I will make it plain so that other people can get on this bus with me.
That was Dr. Nicole LaBeach. You can follow her on Instagram at Ask Dr. Nicole. And you can watch today's entire talk on YouTube. It's called Dr. Nicole LaBeach, Positioning to Win. Hope you enjoyed today's talk. I'll see you tomorrow with George Sabira talking about economic power. I'm out. Peace.